France lined up in their 4-2-3-1 they've been using since the game against Peru. That's how they have the best defensive balance. The system was actually asymmetrical, with Mbappé being way more offensive than Matuidi. Belgium lined up with a back three, but we'll see that there were a few tricks in the animation. First, France on the ball. On the very first actions of the game, France tried to build from the back as there was no pressure on the centre-backs. Kante could drop to help the build-up. No pressure on the centre-backs, but no good option to make the action progress either. Belgium defensive system resembled a 4-3-3. Fellaini defended on Paul Pogba, Dembele and Vertonghen were on Mbappé, Chadli would defend like a right back, and Hazard would cover shadow the pass lane to Pavard. No solution for Varane means he has to play back. After that moment, Belgium enjoyed around 60% ball possession during the first half. France sat in a asymmetrical 4-4-2 with a medium block. This left Belgium defenders off pressure. Belgium organised their build-up with the three centre-backs and the double pivot Dembele-Witsel in midfield. Alderweireld was the most likely to carry the ball forward. This made Belgium play mainly through the right side. De Bruyne and Fellaini were the offensive midfielders, while Hazard remained on the left wing. Marking was quite clear and man-orientated to block the Belgian build-up. Giroud and Dembele, Griezmann and Witsel, and Matuidi likely to go on Chadli. Kante and Matuidi worked in a unit around Kevin De Bruyne. The Alderweireld-Chadli connection was allowed as the right back was unable to create anything. This resembles what the French did against Argentina to block Messi. Matuidi would step to him only when the pass was delivered. It was easy for the French midfielder to block Chadli. Because Pogba was tough on him, sometimes Fellaini had to leave his zone to enjoy a bit of comfort. Because the centre-backs were not involved enough in the build-up, it created a 7 versus 10 when France was sitting in a medium block, and as a consequence, there were no free men forward for Belgium. The only option was to pass to Chadli. Because Belgium had no link through the centre of the pitch, they had to cross a lot. Fellaini and Lukaku would be the targets inside the box, and sorry for that little mistake. They crossed 13 times during the first half, but didn't manage to get one dangerous situation out of them. De Bruyne in a position to cross on the left. On crosses, the fullbacks Pavard and Hernandez made sure they tucked in to cover the far post and create a numerical superiority inside the box. Varane and Umtiti dominated despite having aerial duel specialists against them. De Bruyne would cross from the left and Chadli from the right. Here, Umtiti getting past Lukaku. The first half was his moment to shine as he cleared the ball away 6 times. Let's have a focus on Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard was free to occupy the left wing. Then he would try to make something happen. He had 6 out of 7 successful dribbles. It was too big of a challenge for Pavard to properly handle him. But France could count on Umtiti. We can see that Pavard's too far from Eden Hazard to block him against the touchline. The shot was on target but got deflected by Varane. Hazard was playing well as he was one of the best players of the tournament, but sometimes he was too isolated from his teammates, and that could be a limit to his influence. Here we see that Fellaini cannot combine with Hazard, and Griezmann's coming for him. Now let's focus on the other Belgium's biggest threat. It was almost impossible for his teammates to find Lukaku, and even worse in decent conditions. He touched the ball 10 times only, and only once inside the box. Varane dominated Lukaku where you could expect him to do better. Dembele has the opportunity to pass to Lukaku. Varane steps to him and it doesn't work. With Pogba on Fellaini and Mbappe vaguely cutting the pass lane to Hazard, it would open pass lanes to Lukaku. But Varane would follow him no matter what. Lukaku could not turn around with the ball. Varane dominated in the air too, which was not expected at that level before the game. As we already said, Belgium didn't press high, but the only time they did, it brought a good chance. Now, let's see what France did on the ball. Matuidi and Griezmann would switch positions so Griezmann could organize the actions from a deeper position. Griezmann would drop and we can see on the touch mat that his influence was mainly in midfield. Next, transitions. Griezmann is a defensively involved player by nature, and having him deep also allows him to organize the transitions after the ball's recovered. Excellent ball shielding, and then passing the ball to a free Pogba. Counter-attack with Mbappe, slightly too long. Again, ball recovery with Griezmann around. He has to shield the ball away from Witsel. He makes a difference and is free to go forward. Unlike Belgium, France were efficient at blocking counter-attacks right after the ball was lost. You can see Pogba's effort on Dembele. And then he wins the challenge. Clearance from inside the box and transition to defend for France. De Bruyne cannot resist, and it even leads to Matuidi shooting from distance. 21st minute. Shot from Alderweireld after a corner kick. This was Belgium's last shot of the first half. Excellent save from Lloris. After that last shot, France got the momentum. Giroud got involved in the most dangerous situations. Long ball to Griezmann, and Giroud follows right behind him. But Giroud misses the shot. On minute 33, he missed a chance again after a cross from Mbappe because he was being too slow to react. The stats are quite tough for Giroud. He didn't manage to get even one single shot on target. Despite playing well overall, Griezmann didn't hit the target either. French strikers remained shut, and France's biggest situation of the first half came from Mbappe creating a 1v1 situation for Pavard. This one got saved brilliantly by Courtois. The second half started and the game kept the same features until the 51st minute. We can see that Alderweireld was supposed to man Malcolm Titi, and Fellaini covers the 6-yard box. But the Belgians are being too slow to defend on him, and Coates was beaten by the powerful header. Of course, Belgium had to pick up the score. Because they were led, Belgium had to commit body forward, and this left space behind them. That's how the French got good counter-attacks to play. The action ends up with Mbappe passing to Matuidi, but the shot got blocked. France kept on being more dangerous than Belgium and shot more. Amazing roulette from Mbappe, creating a 1v1 for Giroud. The shot got deflected again. Belgium lacked quality and creativity on the ball. From minute 21 to minute 57, they didn't even have one attempt, until the moment Alderweireld shot in the stands. 60th minute, Mertens replaced Dembele. After Mertens came in, there were changes in the animation. He would occupy the right wing or the right half space. De Bruyne dropped in a deeper position in midfield, and Hazard would get more and more central. Belgium still had to play on the wings, as any penetration through middle was denied. They could not link up, and they would lose the ball each time. The French had a very clean defending. They committed only 5 fouls during the whole game, only 1 inside their half. France didn't allow play inside their box either, and he had 5 clearances during the second half. French opponents have less than 2% pass success inside their box, which is the lowest of the tournament. Fellaini got replaced by Carrasco at the 80th minute of the game, but it didn't change anything. He touched the ball only 4 times in 15 minutes. France won 1-0 and made it to the final.